And good evening, Rando fans. We are back with more Link to the Past randomizer action here with a daily race of all dungeons Keysanity. I am Cool Papa Bell 2282, starting off the commentary tonight. I should be joined by Drossi in the comm booth in just a few minutes. And racing tonight, we have Moogle Charm versus Gamma Chew. We've got some minor cropping issues there on Gamma's side, but we will get those straightened out in just a few minutes. But we wanted to get the runners underway, and here we go. So Moogle grabbing a bottle there, and Gamma getting 50 bucks out of Link's house. Maybe a bit of a grudge match here for those of you who've been following the ALTTPR League. Gamma and the Skull Kids knocking Mogliacci and Moogle Charm out of the league there in the playoffs. Both of them finding a nice early tree pull, so not going to have to worry about bombs early on. Ooh, and a bow in escape. And everyone's favorite key to find early on, an Aga Tower key. We get another key locked on the Lumberjack ledge there. I think that was a small key. But now Gamma heading straight to the Lost Woods. Gonna follow Moogle into Kakariko pretty quickly. So of course this is all dungeons Keysanity, so on second thought that Aga Tower key actually not as bad as I thought. We are going to have to find those sooner or later. But with everything shuffled around, that means there might be items in Aga Tower as well. But this should be where we get some interesting things happening with so many checks in Kakariko Village, and that bottle as well, making Sick Kid available is always nice. Map. Excuse me there. Map of Swamp Palace, not as exciting, since we are going to have to beat all of the dungeons. Knowing what a dungeon is before we go in isn't as valuable as it is in the Crystal's Goal mode. And Big Key to Skull Woods will open up one check eventually, so nothing too exciting just yet. Moon Pearl is, I hear, pretty good if you want to beat this game. Very nice heads-up play from Gamma there, selling that bee back to the vendor for some cash and some bombs. Or just cash, I guess, since that was a normal bee instead of a good bee. And so far, Kakariko not really telling us where we're going to go next. Bo doesn't open anything without that Eastern Palace big key and some sort of fire source. I see. Getting corrected in chat about what exactly you can sell to the bottle vendor. It's hard to keep track of all of those. And both of our runners headed straight to these 20 bucks on the race game. And so, yeah, question in chat about the keys. Yes, the runners are going to have to keep track of a lot of keys. There's about 10 small keys that are really important. Several we have ways to get around. There are several that key logic says you need all 6 keys to get this done to finish pod save, but we can get by with about 4 with various tricks and things. But big keys are very often a big detriment to finishing an all dungeon seed, and also the Aga Tower small keys are going to be occasionally hard to find. We'll go finding the cape in Flooded Room, or Sunken Treasure rather, and the glove inside the dam. Very nice. TR small and some flippers. And that turtle is definitely one that our runners are going to be happy to see. You will always need at least 3 Turtle Rock keys to beat that dungeon in non-inverted, non-entrance modes. So those are pretty important ones. Ooh, and Hookshot on the Lake Hylia Island. So Moogle going straight over to the desert area. Gonna check out Agina as well. Whereas Gamma rewarded with those flippers coming out of Mini Moldorm is going to check all these flipper locations right away. Does not have the money for Zora, unfortunately, but Moogle is almost there, and that will tip Moogle over 500. Seems like I need to talk some more to check some sound levels. Moogle's going to take those gloves straight back to the back of Escape. Get 3 very quick checks back there as Gamma continues these flipper locations. And now we'll have some runners trade places. Moogle going east along South Shore. And Gamma heading west now. And so far that glove is the only thing that I've seen that really points us towards some real progression. Headed toward Dark World access with that glove, but not there yet. Still will need mitts or a hammer, of course. course, that cape is also a little bit scary since we have one Aga Tower small key already. That could point us toward Aga, which is pretty rare in Keysanity seeds, but could also mean we just have to dip into Aga Tower with that first key to get something out of there. I'm having some video issues here. There we go. Suddenly everything caught up very quickly. Someone apparently curled up my internet cord and then all the video came through at once. Ooh, and there is our lamp in Waterfall Cave. That's pretty interesting. That does point us toward maybe some Aga stuff. Still missing the sword and the other key to actually finish Aga Tower. Interesting. Big key there on the ledge. That could be Eastern. With that bow and lamp. But right now, Escape and the Eastern Palace area are sort of the only options that we have. As both of our runners will pay 500 for a shield that we probably don't care about. Huh, big key of Hera, but no way to get there just yet. Alright, so now runners backtracking again a little bit. Moogle going to head to Uncle and probably go ahead into Escape. Once this bow pops out of a chest here, and Gamma going to check the sewers. We'll definitely take that full magic drop off the rat. Yep, not surprising here on a Moogle. Gamma was here before with a bow, but no arrows, unfortunately, so did not really have a great weapon for escape. Could have tried to go in with just bombs, but that's a little bit on the time-consuming side. Green Pendant Desert, that's one of the few locations we actually care about what the dungeon prize is. And Moogle, interestingly, is rushing straight toward Dark Cross with that lamp. Might be trying to figure out what that lamp is trying to say logically. just a GT small, so not really pointing us anywhere yet. Interesting for Moogle is going to go ahead into Agra Tower right away. I might be a little bit more inclined to leave this until last, just in case you find like a sword and another Agra key somewhere between Eastern and Front of Escape, but... Okay, please don't burn the commentators, thank you. All right, there we go. Sword, both castle tower keys, and a cape. Agra is in logic. But I think this is going to work out a lot better for Gamma, having come to Eastern first. Moogle's going to have to leave, go to Eastern, get that second key, and then come back to actually do Agra 1. Not going to be a ton of difference. It'll just be the extra time that Moogle's going to have to walk back into the castle, which Gamma has sort of already done by doing the Uncle route at the beginning, and Moogle finding Master Sword there, so we're going to be better equipped for that Agra climb now, at least. Two swords and cape is just overkill. So P-Train saying that Gamma is probably going to last locate that sword. I think that's true, but that's pretty much all he's got left at this point. Maybe he's still got Agina to do, but we're pretty much down to nothing left to do in the light world. Oh, nope. Well, he's going to go up to Death Mountain. That's fine. I mean, you've probably got to make that walk sometime. And looks like Moogle is going to do the same. And now with both castle tower keys in hand, Gamma is very interested in what that item is. And just two items in logic up here on the mountain. More so than that, two items we can get to, let alone logic. Just an absurd number of rupees in this seed for no discernible reason. We're not even going to scout this item, it's just going to go straight in. And he will be rewarded with Ooh, a mirror. Okay, all of a sudden this gets real interesting, because now with that Hera big key, Moogle can actually clear the boss of Hera, do everything but the basement with that sword, whereas Gamma does not have a weapon available to fight Moldorm right now. Looks like Gamma is still thinking about ducking into Hera while he's up here on the mountain. Can get everything but Moldorm. But nope, missed the bomb jump and is just going to go ahead to front of escape. This is going to work out pretty well for Gamma. Will be an interesting decision now when he finds these swords of does he want to go ahead up Aga Tower or not. I would be pretty inclined to at this point in time, personally. You've just got so many breadcrumbs leading you to Aga that it's going to be pretty hard to turn it down, particularly in an all-dungeon seed where you're going to have to beat Aga anyway. Sure, you could come back at a later time with maybe boots or a better sword or something like that, and it would be a little bit faster, but since you're already here, it's going to be tough to make up that extra time later. So we will see what Moogle finds in Tower of Hera. I think the good news for Gamma is that even if there's something good in Hera, that hook shot on the Lake Hylia Island, which will be fully accessible after he does Aga, is probably going to take him back to the mountain pretty quickly. So I don't think anything he's missing in Hera will go missing for very long. Alright, so Google headed into the Moldorm fight with Master Sword handy. Also has Cape for safety, so if Moldorm will let him jump down. Easy 3 spins on Moldorm, and Moogle finishes off the first dungeon of this race. And here we go, Gamma with that sword now knows that he can defeat Aga 1, and we are just headed straight up that tower. Yeah, good point in chat. In Keysanity, since we are missing the Castle Tower small key, I believe everything past the first key guard is out of logic, because you could theoretically go spend his key on the back door of the sewers, and then not be able to make it down to the cell and things, but that first sword is 100% in logic, so this one as well. So Moogle with some flippers checks to clean up, and then is going to go get that second Aga key out of Eastern Palace. So Gamma doing pretty well on this NMG minus boots Aga climb. Gets the cursed RNG in the pot maze room. I swear that's like 90% for that guard to move left. Just gets me every single time. What has Moogle done that Gamma hasn't? Tower of Hera, mostly. And there was a slight little timing thing where Gamma won the 50-50 of going to Eastern before Aga was a little bit better, because that meant Gamma had all the keys he needed for Aga Tower before he came back to the castle. So that's not a huge amount of time, but they've essentially traded the Eastern clear for the Hera clear. Well, the Eastern item clear for the Hera, everything but the basement clear. So both of them really hoping they're not going to have to, well, Moogle really hoping he's not going to have to redip Hera at any point. And I think the play after Aga is going to be interesting. Because, we could head over into pod. Actually, the more I think about it, it's not very interesting. I think it's going to be just go straight to hookshot and then take that back up the mountain. Because there's not a whole lot to do with no pod keys yet. We do have the bow, which would open up the right side, but I don't know if you want to walk all the way to pod for just the right side at this point. But there is Aga 1 down for Gamma. Not gonna pass up that blue mail. Ooh, Google not quite getting the D-boost there to trigger that chest, but we'll just break out the cape, no problem there. I would not be surprised to see the save and quit right here off the island for Gamma. Yep. And we can head back up the mountain. So with 80 keys, it definitely does tend to be a little bit more common for runners to pretty much follow the same route. A lot of times the keys will tell you which dungeon you're supposed to go to next. Here our runners were pretty much out of options other than this East Death Mountain at this point. Again, just a few checks in pod available, but again, without the keys really telling you to go there. Although you might be thinking about that bow, it's a hard thing to balance between trying to go where the seed wants you to go, but also not just mindlessly follow every breadcrumb that the seed drops, right? You don't have to follow the bow just because you have it. And Gamachu going for the higher item density here up the mountain. And there we go, Thieves Town big, very nice find. I guess with that hookshot, Gamma could have also just saved and quit and turned right back around and hookshotted across the river over into West Dark World, but that Thieves Town big is exhibit number 1 of why Gamma held off on that, trying to get a bit more equipment necessary before heading over into that Village of Outcasts area. And second TR small in Spiral Cave. And yeah, looks like Gamma is going to go back into Tower of Hera now. Again, we'll be a little bit faster with hookshot, but as we saw, nothing too exciting in that dungeon. And we will finishing up Aga 1 as we'll see what Gamma's Hera pot setup of choice is. There we go, pretty nicely done from Gamma on the second try. We're also going to grab that blue mail. And we will continuing the beeline to the hook shot. Oh no, maybe just going this other way around the lake. I see. And Gamma having some minor issues with Moldorm there, getting him into enraged mode, but breaks out the cape to avoid getting knocked off the platform. Interesting. So Moogle went ahead and went back into the Dark World before the save and quit. So looks like he is opting into this hook shot across the river. Might be thinking about catfish along the way as well. So now our runners are going to be pretty in sync with each other, although Gamma is ahead, basically that clear of Paradox Cave. But Moogle is hoping to pick that up after Mitts, when there's a bit more available up in that part of the world. But yeah, Moogle is going to go ahead to Catfish, doesn't want to last location that. 80 keys being much more of a full clear type of mode than something like Open or Standard. Oh, and we got the mushroom out of Paradox from the looks of things, so Gamma just gonna route that in right now. Setting up a nice little mirror bonk there. It's a very easy little trick to make that transition fast, and gets a green rupee out of it. Excellent. And a pod small. That's why you don't want to last location Catfish. You can certainly find other pod small keys elsewhere if you skipped that one, but logically those pod small keys can have some big implications of what becomes available at 1, 4, and 6 pod keys in Logic. This does mean, though, that Moogle is going to be short the Thieves Town big key when he gets over into the Village of Outcasts, which definitely could have some ripple effects later on in the seed, depending on what shows up in there or how many times we have to revisit that area. But I think that means we definitely give the edge to Gamma just a bit at this point. Again, being ahead a little bit, 35 minutes into a 2-hour race is not the end of the world for Moogle by any stretch. We do have the cape, and I guess with both swords in Logic, that cape was not strictly necessary to... Oh, no, it was. Cape was necessary to get the second sword to get into Agra Tower. So yes, that was actually required. But a small key on Bumper Ledge that we'll be able to grab. And so there's our third Turtle Rock key on Bumper Ledge. That is enough to beat the dungeon, although not logically, since you have to sort of skip over the lava chest in order to beat Turtle Rock with 3 keys, which the logic will never expect you to do, but pretty much every runner will expect you to do. So we trade one slightly unnecessary big key for another one. Big key to Skull, giving us the big key to Swamp Palace. but the rest of Skullwood's pretty empty. Gibdos being approximately as cooperative as they usually are there over on Gamma's side. I gotta say, routing-wise, the runners are in pretty standard territory at this point. I mean, Moogle's got the question of when it's worth going back up Death Mountain, but at this point, you're pretty much just locked into do this whole Dark World loop, and then maybe swim back around to Pod, or I guess probably save and quit back to the Pyramid and then walk to Pod if nothing else exciting pops up at any point in this route. I think a small key to Pod is not going to dissuade them from that particular plan. Gamma is definitely... Ooh, finds the mitts. I was about to say, checking Village of Outcasts, hoping to get the hammer before going into Thieves Town. But looks like he is going to go ahead and go in and leave behind the big chest. Oh, let's see. Mitts does give us the Smith Chain as part of all of this. We've got Flipper and Bombo, so we could get into the first chest of Ice Palace. I don't think either runner is going to be particularly excited about that particular prospect at this point. And all right, Gamma is not going to go ahead and finish off the back of Thieves Town right now. Doesn't really want to isolate that big chest, and without the small key, blind is not in logic. In fact, the only thing in logic in the back of Thieves Town right now is the item in the sea. So Gamma is betting that there's nothing needed for nothing needed for immediate progression right now, and knows that he's going to be back later to do Skullwoods, so probably not that big of a deal. And our runners conspiring against GFE in chat, doing exactly the opposite of that prediction. Gamma is going to do Smith Chain, whereas Moogle is going to skip it for now. Again, that lack of hammer is another reason why you might want to skip Smith Chain, since you cannot do hammer pegs along with it at the moment, but obviously, you can never route everything perfectly efficiently, and fine. Gamma will just Galaxy Brain the hammer on the Smiths. Why not? Ooh, Fire Rod for Moogle and boots! Alright, so all of a sudden the seed is like, okay, I guess I can give you some items now. Hammer for Gamma is going to lead to an easy magic bat turn in. Could have mirrored to it before, but would have had to give up the Dark World access. And gets rewarded with a big key to Ice Palace. Interesting. And Moogle has now got boots and mitts, so we're going to definitely clear up these boot checks here, and we will now see what was on that lumberjack ledge. And if Moogle decides to do Skull Woods right now, we'll see if that changes any opinions about whether it's time to do Smith Chain. So Gamma going ahead and completing the Smith Chain. Gonna take this purple chest all the way down to what's his name? Gary. While picking up the rest of the stuff in the South Dark World loop, and Moogle's gonna show us this lumberjack item. That was a lot of work for a Meyer small key, and yet Moogle is not interested in going back to the Village of Outcast area at the moment. This might be tough, depending on what he finds up here on Death Mountain. Now with the mitts, can do all of Hookshot Cave. But yeah, it's going to be a big question when Moogle gets back to the Smith Chain to get that hammer. Oh my goodness, and the flute is on purple chest as well. Well, we did say that AD Keys is a full clear mode, and Gamma is getting rewarded for this full clear right here. Now has the hammer and flute advantage over Moogle. Oh, I missed the small key to Thieves in Hype Cave. That is a significantly hype cave indeed. This is just going to work out so efficiently for Gamma, though. We'll be able to run back to the village, activate the flute, finish off Thieves Town and Skull Woods, and just be completely done with that area of the world in a very quick trip back, I think. He's opting to run back this way. I guess the thinking is, if you save and quit to Sank, you're doing the boots checks on the way down. I guess I don't see why this would make much of a difference, because this way he's going to activate flute and then do the boots checks and North Dark World stuff at the end of this. Whereas if he restarted at Sank, he would just be doing it at the beginning. I guess it's a wash, but maybe he felt like this was a little bit faster. I'm not sure. Moogle finds the 4th Turtle Rock small key. It's quite interesting. And now Gamma has all of Thieves Town in logic, fully completable, so we'll see how this works out. So Quake on Turtle Rock, we can't get in there yet. 2 items short of that, between Quake and the Cane of Samaria, but this would not be the first time I've seen 2 keys under the mat for Turtle Rock here in Hookshot Cave. Eastern Big Key is not bad, but probably not what Moogle was hoping for. So this might now be the pod into Eastern combo from Moogle. Meyer Big Key, and all of a sudden Meyer is looking real accessible with that flute. Wow, and that's the 3rd Skullwood small key also, meaning that finishing Skullwoods is not only doable, it is logical at this point. All those small keys are required to put Mothula into logic. So Gamma getting the Meyer Big Key and another crystal out of Thieves Town. As Gamma so far following that Eastern Big Key to just a compass. And the more I think about it, I think I'm not sure I like this routing decision from Gamma. I think it would have been better to do the boot checks first, because he's going to finish up his Dark World stuff in the middle of Skull Woods here. And so it's going to be a long walk back out to get to the Lumberjack or the other boots checks over there by the Sanctuary. But Moogle gets a pendant out of Eastern. Again, got to do them all sooner or later, so... And Moogle has a lot of pod keys, but this is definitely going to be a double dip of pod. Why not? Gamma finds the big key of pod there in the front of Skull Woods. And interesting move. We're going to spend a small key on the big key chest here in the front of pod. This is another one that's only in logic at all 6 keys. Very nice hammer moth fight from Gamma. And so I've been saying that largely dungeon prizes don't matter. The one place that could matter is, or at least significantly, of course, it could be something like, green pendant or the red crystals opening up other checks. But if you have progression for a pendant dungeon somewhere in GT, that is totally plausible in an all dungeon scene. So you beat all the crystals, go to GT, then have to finish off a pendant before you beat Ganon. So also a possibility, and Gamma not interested in the boots checks at all at this point. He's going to go ahead straight to Meyer. I think that was Ether on the Meyer medallion. Oh, okay. Ganon is apparently just keeping all of his spare magical canes in the Meyer shed. Yeah, Gamma's just going to pick up those boot checks the next time he does save and quit in the light world, so... grabbing a big key here, a checkerboard as well, and TR big key. Ooh. It's a lot of pieces to the TR puzzle coming together. But looks like Gamma is going to take that red cane directly to Ice Palace. Full clearable dungeon. Of course, that red cane is going to make Ice Palace go faster with everyone's new favorite trick, Icebreaker. And Moogle is going to hammer Yump here and save a pod small key to get to Helmosaur later. And there's that Ether. Gamma might still not do those boots checks, because even with that Meyer small key on Lumberjack, not really needed to get through all of Misery Meyer. You see Gamma's halfway through Ice Palace already. Just goes tremendously fast with Icebreaker. At least compared to how it used to go. I was just about to say Gamma getting bailed out and by that small key and not having to backtrack, but it looks like maybe this backtracking is faster to get to the basement. I've never actually timed this one, so I will trust Gamma that this is a better choice. Gamma is ready to drop into the Cold Stare fight, has the Bombos out, as Moogle is headed to the back of Skull Woods. Gamma doing a really nice job of just pushing those puffs into the corner with those hammer strikes. So if we are counting overall dungeons, Gamma is ahead 5-4, and also with that hammer in hand, he's going to be burning through those dungeons at quite a clip. And if he just keeps finding progression in these as he goes, he's just not going to slow down at any point before the end of this seed. We're just headed right back into Misery Mire, which is now clearable with that big key that he got out of Ice Palace. Gamma not even throwing the bird into the swamp. What is this world coming to? Very clean mire too with that fire rod. The swamp's small, why not? So there's a full clearable swamp for Gamma as well. Just every dungeon giving you what you need for the next one. Alright, so now Moogle is going to this Smith Chain. And I would suspect he will get on the same track that Gamma is on pretty quickly. Although, he might just get this hammer. Oh. Okay, this is gonna be real unfortunate for Moogle. Because with that mirror, I guess after he gets hammered, he'll be able to grab that Dark World portal back. So he still might be able to do Purple Chest. But in his shoes, I would be real tempted to just take this hammer and bail out, go back to Thieves Town, and potentially skip over that flute, which could be very unfortunate for Moogle. Moogle with some choice comments for the Smith there. Ooh, not thinking about hammering back to get that Dark World portal back. Such a rare situation to be in, because normally you just resign yourself to having given up your Dark World access when you mirror to go check Magic Bat. Yeah, it looks like Gamachu is going to pass on the left side for now. Going to rush Vitreous and see where we are. But sort of treating it like left side swamp at this point, and maybe being willing to leave those two items behind. Oh, okay, we'll just get the Ice Rod on the bridge chest there. Everything is coming up Gamma in this seed. So Gamma is what? Desert Palace Big and GT Big away from also the Eastern Big. But that's just up on Death Mountain, so that's not going to be too hard to find. But we've still got the Desert Big and the GT Big at large in this seed. Ah yes, Quake Medallion as well to get into Turtle Rock. So Ice Rod not quite giving him a full clearable Turtle Rock just yet. Gamma doing a really nice job of there with that cape fight, not letting the swords prevent, the eyeballs rather, prevent his sword from charging up the spins, and getting 3 really clean spins onto most of those eyeballs. And yes, looks like Moogle has gone ahead and skipped out on Purple Chest. Well, we'll see. He's going to finish up Thieves Town and will be in the Dark World then, of course, so might head back for Purple Chest at that point. But I think that Purple Chest is going to be a really big decision point for Moogle. If he goes ahead and gets that flute, he's definitely got ways to catch back up with Gamma. But if he skips that flute for now and winds up near last location in it, it could be very tough to come back in this seed. But Gamma headed into Swamp, which has 10 chests to open. And easy blind fight on Moogle's side, which is dungeon number 5. And we are returning to get hammer pegs at least. Let's hope Moogle follows through with that purple chest. Luckily, that will be the case. Oh no, Moogle left the chest behind. Regular rando watchers will know this trick, of course, but this is another somewhat new piece of tech that you can just, as far as the game is concerned, you still have that purple chest, and you will for about as long as your iframes last coming out of the mirror transition. So as long as you mirror transition very close to Gary, you can just turn it in and dash all the way there instead of walking down, which is always nice. And I was watching Moogle do that, and Gamma was out of Swamp for some reason. Was that an accidental mirror, maybe? Oh yeah, might have been mirroring to try and get to that cane for Diver Down and accidentally switch to the mirror. Not sure. Menuing, rather. I think I said mirroring. Menuing to get to cane and screwed up and hit the mirror. I think we've all done that in the quick swap days. As Moogle finds the shed full of canes over there. Another difference here. Moogle is going to go ahead and dip into Desert Palace right now. I don't believe we saw any of this out of Gamma. Not finding anything in those two in-logic checks in Desert Palace. So far, Swamp has come up pretty dry, no pun intended as well. Another small key to Pod. Means Gamma will definitely be able to get everything out of that dungeon when we go there in the very near future. And not surprisingly, Moogle hopping on the same train. Going to take this red cane straight over to Ice Palace and probably head right back to Meyer after finding this ether in the first chest. Well, after finding the ether and then completing Ice Palace, of course. Was a very nice snipe of that puff out of midair by Gamma there. And 4 Ice Rod shots, very nicely done to finish off Phase 2 of Argus. And geez, Crystal number 6 for Gamma. The fact that the seed is just giving us this daisy chain of completable crystal dungeons makes me really curious about if we're going to find some progression inside of GT. And yep, last crystal is at Turtle Rock, which we can finish as soon as we find Quake. But very nice. Gamma also seeing that the blue crystal left over meant that he had Big Red Bomb available. This is the next thing on my rando wish list, by the way. Now that we have the little C and P telling you what sort of dungeon you're in when you have the map or otherwise have knowledge of what that's going to be. I sort of want there to be a little star by it if it's the green pendant or red crystal, but I don't know, maybe others would prefer to have that be something you have to actually check your map to figure out and make that part of the strategy of choosing when to do that or not. And the fact that Gamma is going to pod right now is actually good news for Moogle. There was some universe where Gamma found Go mode elsewhere and just got to skip absolutely everything in pod, but Gamma is pretty much going to full clear pod at this point. And very nice, Moogle showing off the fun trick with the sword beams. If you fire a sword beam at just the right time when a fire rod shot is in the air, that sword beam will act like a fire rod. Very nice for breaking the cold stare shell when you're a little bit low on magic. And it's going to go ahead and use the blue potion and just fire rod down the cold stare puffs. So I think we're going to get a pretty close comparison between the runners at this point. Gamma's going to finish off pod and then mirror back and finish off Eastern as well. We'll see how far Moogle gets into the Mire Swamp combo at that point, but I think we're going to see a pretty significant lead for Gamma at the end of this run of dungeons. It's feeling like something being on the left side of Mire is Moogle's best chance to catch up with Gamma in this run. Because Gamma is really just blazing through these dungeons at this point. But Moogle, the people's champion, throws the bird in the swamp. Thank you. Making a small mistake here with the routing through Mire. In Keysanity, you typically want to go left side first. This might be a sign that Moogle is also thinking about skipping the fire-locked side of Mire. Because you can just run over, hit the switch, do whatever you want to do on the left-hand side, and then loop back around for the big chest and pick up that bridge chest on the way to the boss. It's just sort of making the standard non-Keysanity route through Mire. And see what the left side has got. Just 10 arrows in the first chest. And we'll see what Moogle's reward is for sitting through this cutscene that Gamma didn't want to do. Nice simultaneous cutscenes there. Well, I mean, Tempered Sword is not bad, but I don't think that is going to be race-breaking for Gamma to have skipped that one. Gamma breaking out a couple of bombs to supplement the hammer hits on Helmasaur there. And that will be Helmasaur down. It's the 8th dungeon overall, counting Castle Tower as well. On Gamma's side, as Moogle is headed for number 7. But Gamma's going to pick up a very fast one in finishing off Eastern Palace here. Or not? Just gonna skip out and finish Eastern. Oh, that's right. Gamma does not have the Eastern Palace big key because that is up here in Super Bunny, I think. Darn keys coming into play in an AD keys run. This likely means, though, that, well, I guess we're not going to have Quake. So, where is that Quake going to be at this point? Because we've cleared out most of our dungeons. So Moogle showing off the NMG Vitreous fight there. Ooh, just missing that first cycle, unfortunately. I guess we've got Spike Cave available. Gamma's probably going to hit that up while here. Yeah, Hera Basement is theoretically possible. I don't seem... Oh, no, we do have that key. Oh, Hera Basement key is in play. Must have missed when we actually picked that one up. Gamma's gonna break out the mirror, but we'll see the Quake here on the Turtle Rock entry point. Yeah, definitely could be something on Landmo if we find that Desert Palace big key somewhere around here. Desert Palace small key also puts a couple of things into play, but we have mostly fully cleared the dungeons that we have seen so far. Not totally, but mostly. Muscle memory catching up with Gamma there. Pod, I see, for our Hera small key. Thank you for keeping me updated there. Thank you also to Dark Fowls, who is doing the tracking for us in the background. It would be 100% impossible to keep track of this race without your help. Thank you very much. And a good time to suggest to everyone that you go ahead and give both of these runners a follow. As you've seen, they are excellent Link to the Past runners, so I'm sure they would appreciate your support. So Gamma's probably sweating that left side of Meyer skip at this point, although we know he doesn't really have to. And just bombs. Does it have to be Spike Cave at this point? Is that all we have left? Well, we'll see what we've got in Spike Cave. The the Quake medallion in Spike Cave. Good old Turtle Rock entry in Spike Cave. Thanks, video game. So that will send Gamma straight back up the mountain. And Gamma will definitely be hoping to get the GT Big Key out of TR. And he'll be wanting to head straight into Ganon's tower from here. Where it gets interesting is if he finds the Desert Small Key, or something else along those lines. Does he go ahead and head back down the mountain? Or if he finds nothing in here, but probably Gamma will just find both big keys here on the right side of TR and save all the trouble. Moogle also blazing through that Argus fight, having an easier time of it with that Tempered Sword for sure. Is going to go back in to check the left side. Just love finding late game maps in Keysanity modes. Like, really glad to have this map for a dungeon that I completed 15 minutes ago. So yeah, Gamma does not have a whole lot left down the mountain. Just has that Eastern Big Key with just the one check there. So if Gamma were to find absolutely nothing in Turtle Rock, I think GT Basement is definitely the play. So I don't even know if Gamma is thinking too hard about the routing at this point, or if he's just pretty much on autopilot. With, I believe, all 4 small keys in hand for Gamma. Finds 10 bombs at the lava chest. As Moogle gets the bad news about left side of swamp. Moogle also going to show us the Pyramid Fairy as pretty much the last overworld check for him as well. Ooh, there is our book. That does open up a couple more things. Gamma could easily grab Ether Tablet on the way into GT, though, so I don't think he'll get derailed away from there for just Bombo's tablet. But Laser Bridge is the real treasure haul here. Gamma on easy mode on Laser Bridge with that mirror shield. Half Magic, not a bad find, but not those big keys we were looking for. And Moogle is back in Palace of Darkness. I like the play of just going straight toward Helmasaur. We will see if Moogle goes to pick up those last couple of chests in the back that he left behind before. And Gamma breaking out the hammer for this Trinex fight. This is where the Master Sword is definitely going to be slowing him down a bit, but that half magic is actually really useful in this fight. If you want to, you can just finish off the Ice Head with all Fire Rod shots with that half magic, so... There is the last pod small key. Again, that's required before pod is in logic, but plenty of ways to save keys in pod. Well, I say plenty of ways. There's pretty much hammer yump and going the long way around the right side, but you can save keys in pod if you need to. As expected, Gamma is opening up GT immediately. Right as Moogle gets the pendant off of Helmasaur. Gamma not checking the Ether Tablet right now. Might be hoping to just find that in the basement, but... given that knowing what's on the Ether Tablet could save you a lot of time in the basement... Ah, there's Tempered Sword. I mean, it had to be somewhere, and Gamma was pretty much going to full clear the basement, so he was pretty likely to find that Tempered. Yeah, no guarantee we can actually play the GT Big Key guessing game here with in Keysanity modes. Oh, there is the Desert Big Key. Alright, now things get interesting. This is where I think Gamma would be happy to have seen the Ether Tablet already, but is more concerned about the density inside GT rather than outside of GT. Moogle cleared out stuff from inside of Pod. Ah, Gamma gets silvers as well. Geez, the Desert Small Key as well. So now all of a sudden that means Lanmo is in Logic. But Gamma going ahead and clearing out the rest of the basement, at least until we find that GT Big Key. We're also going to check Hera basement before Spike Cave. I like Gamma's optimistic menuing to mirror before opening the chest. Really hoping that's going to be the GT Big Key. Shovel as well. See, just trying to talk Gamma into leaving. It was an interesting visual glitch on Moogle's side. Picked up that pot with the full magic in the basement, and it looked like the pot was still there. Okay, video game, whatever you say. But Gamma running out of spots in GT where this GT Big Key might be. There's our last GT Small. I mean, frankly, we're running out of spots in the entire game for where this GT Big Key might be. Because there is not a whole lot left that we haven't seen yet. There it is. That French vanilla GT Big Key. And Gamma is now officially in go mode. Nice there from Moogle, not wanting to do the whole save and quit back to the pyramid thing. Went ahead and used the hook speed along with the blue cane to get out of Spike Cave. And is going to go ahead and pick up the full magic in Super Bunny on the way up to opening up Turtle Rock. So Gamma will have a little bit left to do after finishing off the Ganon's Tower climb. But Desert Palace is going to be an extremely quick clear, and we'll just have to beat the boss of Eastern before going ahead to fight the Big Pig. I would guess it's going to be Eastern first, and then mirror into Desert, so then you can go back into the Dark World and save and quit to get back on top of the pyramid. That feels like the fastest way to get back to Ganon after finishing either one of those dungeons. But Gamma making quick work of Lanmo 2 with that bow and silver arrows, of course. As Moogle is still looking for 2 big keys. So we're going to see a full TR clear on Moogle's side as well, I would think. Gamma is not opening anything at the top of GT. Oh, no, okay, fine, prove me wrong. You've got tempered and silvers, but just keep opening chests. I guess he has so few things left that he has a decent chance of finding Butter Sword. Alright, we got that sewer key. Those rupees we got out of Zelda's cell are in logic now. We can all rest easy. So, quick dash and a spin through Moldorm 2. Yeah, I think Gamma is going to know that there's a sword on the left side of Misery Mire by deduction, because he will have opened everything else in the game. He'll leave some stuff behind in Desert as well, but... Ooh, nice job saving that double there in that cycle for Aga 2. Very nice 3 cycle. Alright, Moogle is going hard, skipping Lava Chest. That will pay off. Ooh, skipping Mimic Cave as well. As well as the TR Big Chest. I do kind of like this read from Moogle, right? I mean, the Seed has just thrown everything for the Crystal Dungeons at you, so Moogle is definitely betting on stuff being in GT. And yes, Gamma headed to Eastern first. Yeah, Gamma is still looking for that Butter Sword from the looks of things, but not gonna find it. Both of them approaching the back of the dungeon at the same time, more or less. We're gonna have the Tempered Sword for the Trinex fight. But Gamma gonna have silvers for the Armos fight, so that probably evens out pretty well. And now just one dungeon left for Gamma. Well, really one boss left for Gamma. Not much dungeon left. We get the simultaneous celebration scenes. And yep, Gamma just dropping this portal right outside Desert. beating Lanmo will just spit him out right there and just be a save and quit away from the top of the pyramid. It is the extremely convenient thing about an all-dungeon seed. If you have to finish off any pendants at the end, once Aga is dead, it's pretty easy to get back there. There is butter for Moogle. And I do not see Moogle leaving after finding this desert big key. Having checked a couple of things in Desert already, there's even less possibility of the GT Big Key being there in Moogle's mind. As Gamma fighting Lanmo 1 second, obviously, as you do. And Gamma now has nothing left but this Ganon fight. And Gamma showing off the fancy dash strats to finish off that 1-1. Has the silvers out. So it's going to be an unsurprisingly quick Ganon fight out of Gamma Chew. Sets up for the triple to finish him off, and does it nicely. Very clean Ganon from Gamma there. And for an AD Keys seed, this is going to be a very good time. Gamachu finishing in first on the restream with an official race time of 1:50.42. Get those GGs in chat for Gamma. And Gamma finishing second overall. Congrats also to Julo Ninja, who was first overall in this race at a time of 1:48.03. Sounds like a very nice run through this seed. And we will see if we can get Gamma in to have a chat about this run, as Moogle is unhappy with finding the last GT small key there, but about to find the GT big as well. And Moogle starting the GT climb. And Moogle, already equipped with the Butter Sword, won't have to check anything on the way up. Ooh, just missing the Ganon Ball Z dash there. Ooh, like that bonk setup from Moogle. I want to learn that one. That helps you get the timing for that first silver arrow shot, but Moogle just missing the second one on that Landmo head there. But Moogle also making pretty quick work of this GT climb. And not even stopping for the health refill, knowing that there is a another Landmola fight between him and Ganon. Ooh, opens up with the triple. Very nice. And misses the first shot of that second one. Ooh, from downtown on those last two on Aga 2. Very nicely done from Moogle Charm. Yes, a couple more finishers there being posted in chat. Nep at 154.55 and Sheer at 4th place at 156.49. As Moogle is just looking at that quick trip to Landmo, same as Gamma did, with the save and quit back in the very near future. Moogle might be pushing things to get sub 2 hours here. We'll see how he does. I'm pretty sure even the Butter Sword is not going to make that Ganon fight quite fast enough to make that happen here. Ooh, Moogle just got caught. Rocks coming out from the first Landmo head. But finishes the last dungeon there. And will just be a save and quit away from the top of the pyramid and the Ganon fight. And, at this point I'm supposed to inject some suspense or something into this, but Butter Sword Silver's fight is pretty much only going to have one outcome. Also, the dash strats, just good practice. I always like to practice my tempered one-on-ones, even when I have Buttered Sword, just to get some reps in. You know how it goes. And Ganon not being very cooperative with the positioning there for Moogle, but this will be Silver Arrow number 4. And get those GGs in chat for a Moogle Charm as well. Moogle will come in at 5th place with an official race time of 2 hours and 51 seconds. GG's there. Darity Peels just behind Moogle at 2:01:02 in 6th place. We will see if Moogle is up for a bit of a chat, but once again, a reminder to head to both of these runners' channels and give them a follow. And one more thank you as well to our tracker for tonight, Dark Fowls. So yeah, 197 final collection rate for Gamachu we see there. Was pretty full clear of that game in about an hour and 50, so very nicely done from Gamma. Despite the accusations of fluffing the collection rate coming from chat. Gamma just really that Butter Sword for safety in Ganon fight, okay? Also, while we're winding down here, I'll throw in a general plug for Speed Gaming and all of its affiliate channels, Speed Gaming 2 through 6. If you're looking for more random and general speedrunning action, which I know you are. Be sure to give all of those channels a follow as well. Hosting all sorts of racing at all times of day. And, just giving us a fun place to hang out and talk about our silly video games, which is always fun. Couple more finishers coming in. Frostbite 3030 at 203.52 and Mr. Ed 3 at 204.11 in 7th and 8th place respectively. We'll see Moogle speed through the credits here. So giving our sprite artists credit there, that's a very nice addition to the credits, since there are so many people who put in work giving us fun sprites to play with here. And let's see what kind of collection rate we get on Moogle's side. 188. Had a few extra skips there in GT. I think made a big difference. But definitely a fun one to watch between these two racers. Very nice execution from both of them. And we'll just see if we can get Moogle in here or not. Unclear, might be a little bit late depending on their time zone as well, so give us just a second to see if we can get in touch with him. But yeah, big story this seed. Certainly that that hammer was the big one, and the flute as well, coming right on the heels of that hammer. But definitely let Gamma just rush dungeons when Moogle had some cleaning up to do around the overworld that just wound up being bit more efficient on Gamma's side. But, you know, rando do be gonna rando sometimes. Well, seeming like we might not be getting either of our runners in here for a little chat, so, you know, we still appreciate both of them letting us do this restream and watch their race, showing off some great rando skills that they have, and just letting us have a good time here. So I think that is going to do it for us. Thank you once again, everyone, for watching. I have been Cool Papa Bell 2282. Tracking for us is Dark Fowls, and we will see you back here next time. Have a good night, everybody.